Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming on to do another journal with me in my, I've just already initially laid it out, but this is in my Paris junk journal. I did this double page spread with you and I don't think I've shown this, so I'll just give you a quick flip through. There's a pocket there. I will give you a more detailed flip through of the journal when it's all completed, but I wanted to work on this double page spread. There is some stitching around the edges. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that is from the map pockets which I've made in a previous video. I will leave the link to that down below. I don't think these are going to be the final pictures that I've put in here. I'm not sure. I might put that into here. I'm not sure yet. I've just put them in there because I know that those are the images I want to keep hold of. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do some journaling on this page, journaling on here, but I'm going to create some little flip outs here as well. Okay, so the first thing that I've done is, this is an actual photo that I took of the Notre Dame, so you can see all the construction work around that. Hopefully that focused. And this is just out of a tour guide. Again, if you saw my previous video, I bought this tour guide from the charity shop with the intention. I read about things to do before we went, but I then thought, oh, it's great for images. There's loads of lovely images in there, and they're of a vintagey look, but I don't think it's probably published in the 90s. So I'm going to make like a layered collage there. I know it's the Notre Dame and the Notre Dame, so I'll just layer that up. All I'm going to do is just roughly glue with any white glue that you've got, but I do use this tacky glue from Hobbycraft. I'm in the UK. So I want that to go about there. And then I'm going to do all the finer details now I've stuck the body of it down. Oops. One of them doesn't look straight, does it? I think it's because of the angle that I took my photo from. And I'm just going to snip the bottom. There we go. So now you can see the Notre Dame from a couple of angles with that, and obviously the pre-fire and after fire. Now, on the day that we was by the Notre Dame, we had a crepe. Now, this is the packaging for the crepe. I am going to use this for the tip outs, and I'm going to use it to go behind this collage a little bit. So I'm just going to cut it open. Now, if I keep those for the tip-ins, one there, one there. I might need another little bit, so just cut off there. Okay, so I'll save that for the tip-ins. And here, there's a little bit of chocolate on there, so I'm going to rip that off. It was a chocolate crepe. And what I want to do is just give it a little bit of interest. Might just put it on that side. Yep. No, I like it with the straight edge. So about there, and then I'm going to put something on this side as well. I think I'll do a flower on that side. So I've got some flowers here which have been fussy cut out of just out of a vintage book, or not even a vintage book, it was just a book from the charity shop. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut down here, just because I want to use that side, but then that still gives me plenty of that flower to use, so I'm not going to hide it all behind. Probably should have. I could do it like that, but then I think I could also do with a little bit more flower, so I might just take a little bit of the leaf, because then I can put a bit of the leaf down here. Yep, that goes nicely. There's a bit of glue there, so that's why I just pressed it down. There we go. So I'm going to glue that down. So what you want to do with double page spreads is you want to make sure that the same colours and images are mirrored across the two pages, just so it gives like a nice uniform look. So that's why I've put the red bag and the flowers. You'll see that I add the flowers later onto the other side. There is glue there. Oops. A little bit of glue here. Might just be because the paper's ruffled. I should have mentioned that this effect here on the paper is just done with gesso. And I will also mention, just before you wonder why this side is upside down, the reason is because that page was made with a map. And you know these maps that fold out all this way and that way? You know, it goes up and it goes out. So the map is the correct way up on this page, but because of the way it's printed, the back was actually upside down. So I'm going to end up covering the majority of that. If it wasn't upside down, I'd probably leave that because it's got lovely information about attractions and things, but I'll just get rid of it. So what I think is this is a nice place to put maybe a word or something, and I got this out of the travel guide which I was talking about. So the second morning, or I've got another word which is the perfect way. Not sure which one I prefer. I think I like the perfect way, and I'll put the second morning at the top. But the perfect way, I'm going to cut that apart. Now again, in case you're wondering where these words are from, these are from travel guides. You know, they have Paris with us, you know, all these lovely words. And if you've watched my video about collecting free travel ephemera, you'll see that in there. There we go. What I might do is here where it says the second morning, I think I'd like, you know, something underneath it. So I'm going to look to see if I've got another flower which I can use. And all my flowers are just fussy cut in here. So don't forget, I probably want some red. I have used a fuchsia in the previous page. Don't like that as much, but I'll leave it there in case I haven't got anything else. All I do with these is I just sit and fussy cut them whilst I'm on the sofa. That one's a bit redder, isn't it? And then just dump them in these boxes, and they actually come in really, really handy. What about if I did something like that the second morning? No, don't love that one as much either. Well, let's have a look at this. Might just use part of it, but then it's a shame, isn't it, just to use a little bit of that. There, and then I've still got that which I can maybe use on the opposite page. I think I'll have it right in the corner, but I'll cut that bit off. Yep, okay, make it nice and straight. Okay, so there we've got the first page, and all I'll do is I'll journal on that page. I'll show you at the very end. I'll do the journaling after the video, and I'll show you at the end. So now moving on to this page, this is where I want to make the fold outs. So let's have a look. So the fold outs need to roughly be a little bit bigger than the photos. So the photos, let me have a look how much room is actually between the photos. Okay, so there is a fair amount of room between the photos. Right. So maybe if I did it like that, it needs to be cut straight. And what you need to do is you need to leave a flap to fold over. So there I'm going to leave 2.5 squares. So this is quite easy for me to just eyeball, I guess. So have it about there. I'll do this one as a test. I can always put it down if I need to. So I'm going to fold it there. The photos are going to be on the inside. I must add, I'm going to do a design on the outside. I don't think I'll fit 3 of those on, do you? So it needs to be a bit smaller. And then, so that'll be glued down. You'll fold it out and I'm going to put the image underneath there. Yeah, lovely. So I'm going to use this as like a template now to cut out the rest. I hope I saved enough on the other piece. Right. That fits lovely. I'm going to glue the photos onto the back now. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the glue through that because it's kind of like a greaseproof paper, but I don't mind if you do. So underneath here I wanted to put a little bit of red paper, so a little bit of red paper and then some graph paper to match the graph paper which is there, but all I'm actually going to do is just tear it. So I want to add a little bit of interest around these edges because I know they look a bit plain. So I'm going to try and find some words that I can put there perhaps. Maybe in my book. So I've changed the direction of the washi tape to go upwards there, and I'm going to add just a little flower there, I think. I'm not sure if... I think I'll add the flower and a little bit of cheesecloth behind it. So here is the final journal spread. I am super happy with the way that the journal came out. The spread came out. The only thing I probably would have done is put a little bit of gesso over that area because it is a little bit dark where I've used the brush shows there. But I love the collaging, I love the flowers, and I really enjoy this little flip here. So I'll just show you now that I've added the journaling. So there we go. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little journal with me. Like I said, do subscribe to my channel so you can see other videos as I go through this journal and inevitably the flip through of this journal. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.